So it's 4 bedrooms, wonderful garden, on at £700,000. And of course, many high-tech features like the self-opening garage. That's strange. It usually opens. Give it another go. Oh look, the owner's dropped the price.
Every day, more and more road users are filming their journeys, which can often end in disaster. Pioneered by motorists in Russia and Eastern Europe, dashboard-mounted cameras are constantly recording our behavior on the roads. From the bizarre to the ridiculous, the funny to the downright dangerous. The thousands and thousands of dashcams around the world have captured just about every mishap you can think of. Now we're going to delve into this treasure trove of stupidity on the roads. Put things right by pointing the finger of blame. Replay the action to see what really happened. And of course, there's nothing like seeing other people's mistakes when it comes to helping us become better drivers. And please remember, on all the clips, yes, that's all the clips we show, no one, and that means no one, is seriously hurt. So drive safely. Not everyone is this lucky. Coming up on this episode of Car Crash TV, more failures and faux pas from the roads around the world that, had they happened in Britain, would have resulted in the following contraventions of our delightful highway code. Article 103. You should always give clear signals in plenty of time. Having checked, it is not misleading to signal at that time. Article 118. In an emergency, brake immediately. Try to avoid braking so harshly that you lock your wheels. Locked wheels can lead to a loss of control. The one about never, under any circumstances, look both left and right at a junction. And from A Life in Leather, my guide to riding on 2 wheels, Chapter 4. Everyone loves a tight fit. Living easy, living free, season ticket to a one-way ride, sang rock gods AC/DC. They weren't talking about the one-way section around the North Circular near Hendon, as there is nothing either free nor easy about that. However, good music on the big open roads can smell like teen spirit. Just don't listen too hard, or you won't be on a stairway to heaven, you'll be on a highway to hell. Everyone is in a hurry these days. I mean, just look at this bat out of hell. He'll speed, he'll spin, but driving with due care and attention, no, he won't do that. Is this guy actually practicing donuts on a major motorway? There's a time and place, and this isn't it. And now the Car Crash TV Video Award for Near Miss of the Week. I'd like to take this opportunity to protest about President Trump and his appalling effect on llama farmers. Oh, shut up and get off. This isn't a platform for political claptrap. Another good thing about commuting by motorbike is you can drive straight through the traffic. Of course, you can't drive through the traffic. You're not Captain Kirk, and this isn't Star Trek, you sci-fi geek. Weave between the cars next time. Pylon? Sculpture? Part of the traffic signal infrastructure? It really is anyone's guess. That indicator's pretty insistent, though, unlike the driver. Come on, man! Get a move on! I really need to work on my patience. Poor visibility, wet conditions. Is this smoke on the water?
No, it's the E77 just outside Plonsk. Slippery when wet. Get a sat-nav, you location loser.
Finding a campsite in high season can be hard, but unless you have a taste for smashed avocado, don't stop for a picnic in the middle lane of a trunk road and leave the cones to the ice cream van campers. They're for eating, not causing a major traffic accident. Speed metal fans. The place for moshing is Nebworth or Coachella, not the fast lane of an ugly European motorway. Cut it out, mate, or you'll be a burning man. I was wrong earlier. This is the near miss of the week. Whoa! Damn it, now we've wasted a funny voice and a graphic on the wrong clip. Heads are going to roll for this one, mark my words, starting with you, Neil. Zookeepers. What do you do if you have a pack of angry alpacas fighting in the back of a cargo van? Turn round quick, call the relevant authorities, and head back to base before the rumpus spills over the other road users. Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the fact that this show wins so many awards, These are unsolved mysteries that baffle the masses. Well, we're in the business of solving mysteries, which means we need help from you viewers. So put on your uniform. No, not the Swedish lumberjack uniform, Neil, although do bring it round tonight. And together, let's crack another crash scene investigation. This is a busy old scene, I must say, and 8 potential suspects, too. As is tradition, though, we must narrow it down to the 3 most likely lads. So who is the guilty party? A, the van seemingly making a quick getaway. B, Silver Estate number 1. Or C, Silver Estate number 2. I think this one's pretty cut and dry, but let's find out. Okay, well, there's Silver Estate number 1 and Silver Estate number 2, waiting patiently for the traffic lights to change, as the law dictates. Good job, guys. Amber, get ready, and green means go, which can only mean the guilty party is A, the van, who looks like he's in dire need of an emissions test. Come back here, sunshine. I need to inspect your tailpipe. See you again soon for more crash scene investigations. People driving around right now feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. Oversensitive losers. They could be carrying the actual weight of a house whilst driving. That's downright dangerous.
I'm talking heavy load, folks. Like a Nicki Minaj music video. Junk in the trunk and plenty of sass. Listen, they make me say this stuff.
They said that if I didn't, they'd get in that chap who played Widow Twanky at the Reading Playhouse. So, let's just let the wagons roll. Anyone who's ever had a set of Russian dolls knows that you put something small into something medium-sized, into something big, and not the other way round, because that way the dolls don't fit at all. Yes, a soy latte with some hazelnut syrup, but we're back on. Oh, come on! Researchers on this show find a tape of some logs on a truck and think anyone's surprised when they roll off. Right, you lot, you're fired. Go back to your job centre and see if you can get some temp work on a building site or something, because you're not welcome here. Logs don't cut it, mate. Wait, I'm sorry, I've just seen the crane. Come back, guys. Great clip. The Red Arrow's budget has got so small, they've replaced supersonic jets with a second-hand fertilizer truck, and they're practicing aerial routines at sandbatch services. But the trademark smoke release is still on point. Great family day out, and there's a Greg's there, too. When writers start on this show, we test them with this clip. Okay, what have you got?
Hey, watch out. You want to check your farm lorry with those pork scratchings.
Fired. Get out. What are the golden rules of overtaking? Well, number 1, make sure that when you move to drive past someone, actually move to drive past them, you numpty. Is that a shoe? A supercar? A vacuum cleaner? I don't know. But that's a larder. Tin hats on, everyone. That was disappointing, but the state of alert remains high, people. If something is bigger and tougher than you, it's probably best to listen when they're talking to you. Take this lorry, for instance. Don't you dare cut in front of me. Hey, turn around and look at me when I'm talking to you. Let's face it, getting rear-ended on the road is nothing new to many of us. But being rear-ended by your own cargo is just plain stupid. Coming up later on Car Crash TV, we don our cowboy hats, strap on our stirrups, and prepare ourselves for the vehicular spectacular that is off-road rodeo. Hand the road over to some two-wheeled terrors in balmy bikers and play everyone's favorite road traffic accident guessing game, hit or miss. But first, well, this is a lovely scene, picture postcard perfect, and that simply won't do. So let's ruin it by asking, what happens next? It'll plow straight into you. Welcome back to Car Crash TV. So what did happen next? Well, as you can see, that's quite a covering of the white stuff. In fact, I'm pretty surprised the local council haven't fired up the old snowplow. Ah, there it is. But if anything, it's made the traffic worse. The delicious irony. The bad boys of the road are back, and they're ready to party. If by partying you mean finding new and inventive ways to smash their helmeted heads into the tarmac. The things you have to do to keep up with the Sons of Anarchy these days, I tell you. Let's all give a leathery salute for the balmy bikers. Nothing will impress your lady friend more on a first date than picking her up on a motorcycle and then chucking her off backwards and skillfully pirouetting across a busy road. Smooth. Wait for her to text. If you've ever doubted bikers are the ultimate bad boys, stop, everyone, and watch this clip. See how this guy brazenly backflips onto the roof of that police car for a relaxing sit-down? Meanwhile, his mate has the good sense to stop her within milliseconds of impact. You won't see a more brazen piece of disrespect for the law this year.
Right, everyone, off you go. There's free butter at the end of this road. Oh, you've got yourself all churned up.
Get out! I told you you were fired for lines like that. In this part of the world, bus companies put pictures of the driver on the side of each vehicle. I'm thinking it's probably not a bus to cross.
So, sir, tell me about the incident.
Well, I was driving along and I saw this big line of zebras just lying in the road. And I was so scared I just speeded up and drove straight through it.
Well, you took exactly the right evasive action, sir. There's been a spate of zebra crossings in the area, and we're close to cracking the case.
I was doing about 150 mile an hour, and this lad on a superbike smashed into me from the side. He must have been doing about 140 easy. It was a massive explosion, and I only just got out alive.
If you're planning on not looking where you're going on a scooter and bumping into the back of a car, make sure to always have a mate dressed exactly like you to confuse the driver as you run away from the scene of the crime. If they don't know who done it, they can't arrest no one. And all joking aside, if you ever needed proof of why wearing a helmet is necessary, this is it. That would have been one bad day without it. Well, spank my steed and colour me Tuesday, folks. We're back with the 86th Annual Off-Road Rodeo. Brought to you in conjunction with Mama Malloy's Marvellous Mud Pies. Ain't no pie as tasty as Mama's pie, apparently. Yes, it's time to see how long this next bunch of cowboys and cowgirls can stay on their metal four-wheeled Broncos before they're eating dust. Sharpen those spurs. Here's some Off-Road Rodeo. Our first competitor of the day is larger-than-life full-time hog wrangler and part-time stripper Aloysius Cornmayer. Aloysius' hefty weight gives him an advantage in the grip stakes when it comes to driving, but a disadvantage when it comes to finding trousers that fit. It's a good start in some treacherous conditions, but that corner will truly test his chubster's handling prowess. And there he goes for a not-too-shabby time of 19 seconds. We're on board now with six-time off-road rodeo champion Nelson Broomhandle, a.k.a. The Composer. Nelson earned his nickname due to his ability to remain calm under pressure and his penchant for listening to classical music during his off-road rodeo attempts. So far, so good for The Composer, but that's a kick in the Ludwig van Beethoven's as he'll have to settle for a B-flat time of 17 seconds. A newcomer to the world of off-road rodeo now, and 60-year-old Clarice McDaniel has taken part in her first ever championships. It's an impressive start for the oldie. It appears Miss McDaniel is opting for the slow and steady approach today, and it looks to be working so far. If she can hold out for a little longer, she'll be in with a shout of the trophy. But no, there she goes for just 18 seconds. We're on board with veteran off-road rodeoer Grandpa Johnson, who at the age of 103 is the fourth oldest competitor this week. But don't let age fool you. This old-timer is as lively as a sailor in a sauna. It's a mighty fine ride so far for Grandpa Johnson, but the real challenge is about to come. Time to see if those reflexes are still in working order, Pops, with a little obstacle up ahead. And he's handled it superbly for a barnstorming time of 23 seconds. Up next is wildcard entry Jackson the Biscuit Garibaldi, and as expected for a high-sugar driver, he's quickly in the dirt for a crummy 7 seconds. Conditions are looking a little ropey now as three-time champion Sally Ann Baxter takes to the road. Sally Ann hails from Winchester, Tennessee, where she runs her own secondhand shotgun shop. As one of this year's favorites, she'll be looking to fire both barrels in this attempt. This is a humdinger of a ride so far. Can this gun-toting madam from the Deep South shoot up the leaderboard? It's looking good, but here comes some interference. Sally Ann can relax, though, as with a magnum time of 22 seconds, she can kill it on the podium. Does she feel lucky today? And finally, in a first for off-road rodeo, it's identical twins Bo and Boanna Hinkelfeister from Prattville, Alabama. Inseparable since birth, they pride themselves on their almost telepathic understanding when it comes to barbecue sauce, sexual partners, and the open road. Can that telepathy come in handy now as they look to challenge for the leadership? But a misunderstanding there as Bo attempts an impromptu overtaking maneuver. Bad move, Bo. And it's into the ditch for a measly 18 seconds. So, the winner today is 103-year-old Grandpa Johnson. Respect is due to this old-timer. I think it's safe to say that the automobile is one of man's greatest inventions. It's up there with the likes of weekends, those little handheld fan things, and cheese. The problem is, when it comes to buying a car, there's just so many different types to choose from. 4x4s, hatchbacks, saloons, convertibles, big ones, little ones, four-wheeled ones, three-wheeled ones. It's giving me a headache just thinking about it. But fear not, people. We here at Crash TV have got just the thing to make your car shopping a whole lot easier. We've been checking out some of the best bargains on the market and have collated it into a nice package for your perusing pleasure with some sound advice from a reliable wheeler dealer.
Why, aye, man. First up, take a look at this little belter. She might have a few miles on the clock, but that chassis is cleaner than a nun's mind. Fancy a closer look? Not a bother. Here we go. Yours for a steal at just £6,000.
What about this beauty? Only 16 previous owners, all yours for a ridiculously low price of 5,000 nicker. Yeah, a few dents on the bonnet, but that's just aesthetics. Nothing a panel beater worth his salt can't knock out for a pony. Tell you what, I'll knock off a monkey.
Here we go, mate. This is the one for you. Lovely little number, this. Hot off the production line, ABS brakes, power steering, and scratch-proof paint, which always comes in handy. What's your offer?
A belting little run around this next one. Sports spot. Yours for grand. All right, I'm about 800. Come on, you're robbing me blind.
I told you to get off the show.
Okay, this is definitely the one for you. She's in great condition. She might be a little old, but you know what they say, the older they are, the more reliable they are. I'm not talking about the wife. Could do with a little touch-up, granted. Tell you what, I'll throw in a free can of spray paint too. Got a deal?
You want something a little bigger, do you? Then check out this fella. Nothing too fancy. Reminds me of my old mate Punchbag Joe. Sturdy, reliable, and a little superficial damage to the front end. Adds a bit of character if you ask me. Yours for a steal at just 70 quid.
What do you mean it's too long to fit in the garage? All right, there we go. Shaved a couple of feet off for you free of charge. All part of the service, mate. I think we've got a deal here, haven't we? What'll it be, cash or card?
Okay, last one, definitely the one for you. Great for inner city and country, on the market for 6,000. What do you know? Because I like you, it just got reduced. All yours for 4? I think we've got a deal, sir. Another satisfied customer. Doesn't love a quiz? Well, we here at Crash TV are positively mad for them. So we've taken the liberty of shoehorning a game show format into our humble little show. We really are too good to you. So don your thinking caps and get ready to ponder for pleasure as we play the feature that some say is breaking new ground in broadcasting. Not my words, people. It's hit or miss. Good Lord, this is a hell of a start. We aren't messing about this week, are we? It's truth. Anyway, let's look at the options. Is our poor unfortunate motorist about to hit this bus, or defy the laws of physics and bus timetables and not become the jam in a public transport panini? It's a hit, and bus number 2 is our lucky participant. Right, can we take it down a notch now, please, fellas? I don't care how good your driving is, you shouldn't be catching up on your correspondence whilst at the wheel. Anyway, this budding screenwriter isn't the potential star of this particular hit or miss. No, it's our little blue friend up ahead, and surely at that speed it can't be anything other than a miss. But for the sake of balance, let's chuck in the highly unlikely possibility that he'll hit that truck. Well, I'm speechless. Somehow it's a hit. Someone grab that driver and start studying him immediately. Nighttime, so the chances of us hitting something increase exponentially. Or do they? Let's find out together. Is the car we're on board going to hit this car, this road sign, or miss completely? And the road sign gets it. What did he ever do to you? And finally, it's our little blue friend again. They've let him go and he's causing havoc once more. But is this unnecessary U-turn going to result in our car smashing into his side or missing him completely? Well, my blue friend, luck is on your side today, it seems. Now come here and let me read your palms. I need to understand your mind. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Thanks for playing along, and hey, why not join us next time for some more wholesome family fun on Hit or Miss? Maybe I I've been looking at this completely the wrong way, my friends. Maybe peace of mind comes from a positive mental attitude no matter what is thrown in front of us. These clips can take their toll on one's nerves, and the producer is always telling me I should try some yoga or maybe a Swedish massage to relax after watching all these absolute muppets plow into one another. That's it. I'm going spiritual. It's final. I'm going to put some chai up the junction.
I've always been so focused on what perils lay before me in life. I forgot it exists in the present. Maybe I just need to accept that I can't change fate like this chap does. I just let a few things flow through me. It's all part of his wellness program. When a spiritual call reaches out to you through a wonderful church,
Or Disney Castle, doesn't matter which.
trivial day-to-day incidents like car crashes don't even register on the psychic radar. When it rains, don't see the misery of sodden clothes and gloomy clouds. See the beauty of creation, like the creation of a valuable new insurance claim. Bad things are going to happen in life, that's a certainty. Well, when stress levels are high, take a leaf out of this person's book and immediately light an industrial-sized music festival bong to cleanse your chakras. Much better. Sorry. Okay, friends, and now slowly move into downward dog.
One of my personal favorites, ladies.
Good, good. And now let's progress to sun salutation and finally left turn frustration. Fantastic. Deep breath, close your eyes and open your mind. Far out. Okay, maybe like eyes open from now on? Enlightenment is not something that can be achieved without sufficient street lighting. So sometimes you just need to embrace the darkness and let the light find you. And remember, a moment of tension is an opportunity for enlightenment.
Right, ladies. I'm doing one-on-one yoga sessions in the back room, £30 for half an hour.